Okay, I just made a quick video and realized it went on YouTube. So I'm going to start vlogging. Whoever watches it, watches it. I don't really give a crap. I'm just going to vlog because I might not be here this time next year. I'm going to try to quickly give a rundown of how I got where I am right now. I've had a history of anxiety and migraines for as long as I can remember. I started getting classic migraines around 18 and was hospitalized in the 20s for migraine-associated vertigo, numbness in the side of my face, very odd neurological symptoms. And back then they ran tests and thinking I had MS, and no. Anyways, fast forward, in my 40s, I started having horrible insomnia, was put on antidepressant and benzos. Quit the benzos easily, stayed on the antidepressant after going on and off a couple times, and stayed on them for literally 15 years. Back in 2015, came off the SSRI because in 2012 I started having problems again. Again, I'm trying to do this very quickly. I'm giving you the Reader's Digest version of my life. Started having very odd symptoms. Dizziness being always one of them. Off balance, dizzy, lightheaded. Always have that problem forever. Have had several episodes in my life of benign positional vertigo even. Was treated with meclizine and Epley maneuvers. But anyway, 2012, started having anxiety. I was a nurse in a hospital. Loved my job. Started having anxiety attacks out of nowhere. Off balanced. Pain in my body. I mean, all over pain. Just felt like I was getting hit with a baseball bat. Was written out of work. Ended up being written out of work, permanently disabled, because then it went from that to having H. pylori in the summer of 2013, and SIBO, was treated for those things, just got sicker and sicker and sicker, just continued to get worse, and was being told it was because I started the benzo again to get me through the day. And so everywhere I read and every person I talked to was benzo related. You've got to get off the benzos. It's all benzo. So, did cross over to Valium because I was on like 0.75 milligrams of Klonopin. Did a crossover to Valium, started tapering. Long story short, gave up on that after getting down to from 15 milligrams of Valium to 4, and went over to Ativan for about 8 months. And again, was being told, and was just getting sicker. I mean, sicker. And told it was the benzos. So, went back over to the Valium and started doing a taper again. And then, my balance was getting so bad. It's so bad. I very, very rarely drive now. I don't want to cry. Anyway, 2015, my left knee swelled up out of nowhere to the size of my thigh. I waited a couple days, having no idea why my knee was like this. Went to the doctor, and that's the first time I ever heard about Lyme. She said, I'm going to draw blood for Lyme. We'll do an x-ray, but that's a classic sign of Lyme disease. And I said, I've never been bit that I remember. I never had a rash. Oh, that doesn't matter. We're seeing more and more cases like you. Well, it came back negative, Lyme disease. So we just wrote it off as maybe arthritis in my knee, because the x-ray really didn't show much of anything other than a little arthritis. Well, hello, I'm 58 years old. I have arthritis all over my body. At some point in 2015, I also went to the ER because of the dizziness and my neck killing. My neck kills. And they did an MRI and found that I had 2 herniated discs in C5 and C6, but brain part looked fine and sent me on my way. I've seen ENTs, I've seen 2 neurologists. Everybody's saying it's either the benzo or it's migraine-associated vertigo. I retested with Igenics for Lyme, and a couple bands, 31 and 41, came back positive, but that's not even an Igenics positive test. So threw that out the window again. It's not Lyme, but I've just continued to get sicker. And people on the benzo buddies were saying, oh, it's all benzos. I'm like, really? Well, why am I getting sicker than any of you? And I have symptoms like then I start getting neuropathy. I have numbness, tingling, and prickling in my feet. Really, really bad in my feet. Had an EMG done. Didn't show anything really specific. I said, I'm getting symptoms that you people don't get. Or you'll say, I have them, or I had it, but not constant. I have this constant 24/7. My symptoms never stop. I don't get a break. I'm not sleeping at all. All right, so I know I'm babbling. I'll try to do better in the next vlogs, but I'm just trying to get the basics down. I finally had my husband drive me 5 hours to see a Lyme literate medical doctor because, I had seen a Lyme literate naturopath, and she immediately said I had Lyme disease. Without a doubt, I had Lyme disease, but I didn't trust her. I thought she was full of crap. Went and saw a Lyme literate medical doctor, back in October, end of October. He ran tests with Igenics. And again, 31 and 41 come up positive, but also Babesia and Bartonella comes up positive. He's saying that that's what's wrong with my brain, is that I have Bartonella in my brain. And I don't know if I believe it completely or not, but I don't have any choice but to believe it because I'm so sick. I spend 90% of my time in this bed. Anyways, so I'm on day 21 of doxycycline, 300 milligrams. I was prescribed 400, but I cut it down to because I was just getting so much dizzier and sicker to my stomach. So I take 100 3 times a day. I'm on azithromycin, 500 milligrams once a day. And I was also prescribed Mepron, which my insurance would not cover. So he ordered me Flagyl, which I refuse to take that because the number one symptom for that side effect is dizziness. Well, thank you. I'm as dizzy as I can get. And a handful of supplements. So I was down to only 1 milligram of Valium, which absolutely does nothing. Does nothing for sleep, does nothing for anxiety, does nothing. And then I thought, I can't live like this anymore. I need some sleep. I need some rest. I need some peace. So I called the doctor and said, I can't live like this. So she went ahead and gave me Klonopin, which I took for the first time last night. Now, I've taken Klonopin in the past many years ago, and it always was like a charm. I took 0.25 last night. It did absolutely nothing. Took another 0.25 this morning. It did absolutely nothing. I don't want to take high doses of any of this, but I don't know what to do. I don't know where to turn. I'm so scared and so lost. But I'm going to try to vlog and see if at some point I start having any improvements. I have met a couple women, and you know who you are, who without you, especially Julie, we message each other all day long because she's hurting, and she's my company. I'm sorry. Try not to do this next time. Anyway, So I'm on the antibiotics right now for Lyme. I don't know what I'll do with the benzo. I don't want to be on a benzo, but I don't know what I'm going to do. I literally feel like I'm dying every day. And I'm trying. But if I didn't have such a strong faith in God and a belief in heaven, I would have done something by now, because I'm not living. But too scared of hell. So I'm stuck, begging God to take me home daily. Begging him. I beg him daily to take me home, because I'm not a wife anymore. Really, I'm not a mother. I have 3 grown adult children. 2 are married. One has got 4 of my precious grandbabies. I'm not a gammy. I'm not really a gammy to them anymore. I'm not really a mom to my 3 kids, who I adore. I'm just a shell. So I know this is a very depressing vlog. Sorry. I'm going to be right out there. So I'll try to do this on a daily basis and keep it short. God bless you all. Pray for me. And I guess if you hit subscribe, I don't know how this works, but the more you hit subscribe, the more people will hit it and view it. It will get out there more. I don't know how this works. Honestly, it's not that important. All right, God bless.